The Untold Story is a horror film from Hong Kong that came out in 1993. Now, let's dive into this insane story of murder, gambling, and the worst bow in Macau. The Untold Story is a 1993 horror crime film directed by Danny Lee and Herman Yao, and written by Wing Kin Lau and Cam Phi Law. The Untold Story, or its original title, Bat Sin Fan Dim, Yan Yuk Cha Siu Bao, is a Category 3 film from Hong Kong. Category 3 is like China's NC-17 rating or the Canadian R rating, meaning that no person under the age of 17 or 18 would be permitted to view it in theaters. When an assortment of human limbs washes up on shore, cops in Macau start to become suspicious of the new owner of a local restaurant who seemingly appeared out of nowhere. The film follows the cops and the restaurant owner as they get closer and closer to finding out the truth. The film is supposedly based on a true story. However, I do not know how much is true. I have heard that only the basic premise is true and the actual events that occurred versus what happens on screen are entirely different. Whenever you read based on true events, you should always take it with a grain of salt. I really enjoyed this film and thought it was very well done. Anthony Wong, the actor who played Wong Chi Hang, was incredible. His portrayal of the character was deeply disturbing, but very entertaining. The cops were interesting, to say the least. I have no issues with the acting, but the comedy their characters bring to the film is definitely strange. One minute they're poking a dead body because they don't want to properly investigate, and the next they are brutally beating a suspect to interrogate him. I didn't have much of a problem with the comedy, but it's definitely not for everyone. This movie is very interesting to me because I find it difficult to cheer for anyone in the film. Because of this, it reminds me of my favorite film of all time, Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. This film is one of my most favorite crime horror movies of all time, and I would highly recommend it for true horror fans. However, viewers beware. If you cannot handle films like Seven, Audition, or I Saw the Devil, you should not watch this movie. It can be very disturbing if you cannot handle these types of films. As my Martyrs DVD case says, this movie contains scenes of violence and horror that may provoke feelings of disgust, repulsion, or fear. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this review, please consider subscribing. It would help me out a lot. And if you know any horror fans who might enjoy this movie review, please consider sharing this video. If you have any movie recommendations, you can drop them in the comments section, and maybe I'll do a review on a film you recommend. Have a good one.